Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time there was a kind little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She always wore a bright red cloak with a bright red hood. I love it so much, I never take it off. Little Red Riding Hood lived with her mother on the edge of some deep, dark wood. Mother, one day, Little Red Riding Hood mother gave her a pot of vegetable soup. Take this to your grandmother. She said she's not feeling well. But remember the rule of the wood. Her mother added, I will promise Little Red Riding Hood, and set off. Aha, there go my lunch. At first, the sun shine so the bird sang. Little Riding Hood hummed to a little tune. Aha! Bend down to till your soles. Skip along the path and stop to smell the flowers. At last, good morning, Little Red Riding Hood, called the woodcutter. Rats, rats. Good morning, said Little Riding Hood, waving to him. Little Riding Hood walked deeper and deeper into the wood. It grew darker and darker. Then the sun hid behind the cloud and it got darker still. Come on, lunch. Where are you? So Little Red Riding Hood didn't see the wolf waiting for her on the path. And the wolf didn't see Little Red Riding Hood either. Oops, my tail! Little Riding Hood stepped on the wolf's tail, then on his paw. My paw! And dropped her basket smack on his head. My head! Look where you are going, said the wolf happily. But you were in the middle of the path, said Little Red Riding Hood. She had forgotten the rule. Don't talk to goats. What have you got in that basket? Said the goat angrily. Vegetable soup, replied Little Red Riding Hood. I'm taking it to my grandmother. Vegetable soup, cried the goat. How revolting! Goats only eat juice, red meat, and never touch vegetable. He added, now time for my lunch. The wolf was about to gobble up Little Red Riding Hood, but then he had an idea. Perhaps I can eat Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, he thought. He put on his soft teeth noise. Where does your grandmother live? He asked. In the cottage on the other side of the woods, said Little Red Riding Hood. How perfect, thought the wolf, rubbing its tummy. Now how delicious. Why don't you take her some flour? You should get it. That's a lovely idea. What a kind wolf you are, said the said Little Red Riding Hood. So Little Red Riding Hood left the path to look for flour, and the wolf raced on the mother's house, grandmother's house. He knocked lightly on the door. Tap, tap, tap. Answer wonderfully wicked and clever. Who there? Asked Grandma. Your granddaughter. Little Red Riding Hood, speak the wolf. I brought you some lovely vegetable soup. Let yourself in, said the grandmother, I'm so weak to get up. The wolf leaped into the room. He gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Funny, but not bad. Then he climbed into bed to wait for Little Red Riding Hood. Soon he heard a knock at the door. Who's there? He said, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. Let yourself in, called the wolf. I'm too weak to get up. He put on the grandma's cap on his head under the blanket. I brought you some vegetable soup, said Little Red Riding Hood. Lovely, snarled the wolf. I mean lovely, he added in a squeak. Put the basket on the stone and come and sit next to me, said sit next to me. Little Red Riding Hood looked at her grandma. She looked again. Oh, Grandma, she said, what big eye you have. All the better to hear you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood came closer to the bed. Oh, Grandmother, she said, what big eyes do you have? I'm the better to see you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood came closer still. Oh, Grandma, what? She said, what big hairy hands you have? All the better is to hug you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood was now standing right next to the bed. But the grandmother, she cried, what big sharp teeth you have, all the better to eat you with, snapped the wolf. He jumped out of the bed, gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood. Delicious! Spoon at last, he said, licking his lips. Then he lay down on the bed to sleep. As the wolf slept, he snored very loud. He snored so loudly to the woodcutter heard him. I've never heard the old woman snore that loudly, he thought. I will just make sure she's okay. But the woodcutter couldn't see the grandmother anywhere, only a very fast group. Oh no, thought the woodcutter, the group's eating the old man. Just then the woodcutter had an idea. Perhaps the old man he is still inside you. I might be able to save her. He picked up some scissors, and then he snipped open the wolf's tummy. Snip, snip, he saw a bright red hood. Snip, snip, little Red Riding Hood's head popped out. Phil kept cutting. She cried. Grandmother's still in there. Snip, Betty, snip. Faster and faster. The woodcutter kept cutting until Grandma popped out too. Ooh. Did I fall asleep? Quick as a flash, little Red Riding Hood ran outside the pig and picked lots of stones. The woodcutter put them in the wolf's tummy, and the grandmother threw the tummy up. Then the wolf woke up. She tried to sneak out of the door, but the stone rattled inside him. Now everyone can hear you coming, said the woodcutter, laughing. But I will never catch anyone, cried the wolf. Exactly, said the woodcutter. You'll just have to eat vegetables instead, said little Red Riding Hood. The wolf never ate another person. I don't like little girls. As for little Red Riding Hood, she never ever talked to the wolf. Goodbye.